Welcome back, Aries. My name is Emily Gear. I am a transformative energy healer and a multidimensional channel. We are here with your bi-weekly messages, and I have been gone for a time. I am now back. We have also this time the extended relationship readings on Vimeo, so the link to that is in the description box below. I also would like to take a moment to direct your attention to the screen to show you my website, which is how you schedule a private session with me, either for energy healing, akashic records, or akashic enlightenment work, or a reading. Did I say a reading already? Who knows? Anyway. Here we go with your reading for the next 2 weeks, guys. I'm using my new Moonchild Tarot, which I love. I've already opened the records, so we're just asking Source for messages for Aries for the next 2 weeks. Whatever Aries needs to know for the next 2 weeks, please. Messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. What messages are for Aries the next 2 weeks? Well, that didn't work out, but I did get 2 cards in my hand. There are too many that fell on the floor to take here, but we're going to start with the 2 that jumped into my hand, which are Justice and the 3 of Pentacles. So, something's coming full circle for you guys, and you've been working on this for a while. It could be that there is something actually legal, like a legal procedure that's kind of coming to a close here for you, or a project that's coming to a close. What I feel like is you've been working on making something a success, or being victorious in something, or essentially for something to come out in your highest and best good, whatever that might be. So I don't know if this does feel like a situation. It doesn't really feel like a specific person or relationship or something. It feels like a creative project or a legal proceeding or some kind of something like that. And I feel like it's coming full circle to you, and it's sort of wrapping up in a very positive way. I feel like it's put you in a good position to be able to move forward in your highest and best way, whatever this might be. So that doesn't mean that there is not some kind of loss, okay? It just means that whatever has transpired, it really is in your highest and best good, whether you consciously realize that or not. I think that most of you will realize that as this takes place. You're going to say, you know what, that feels right. I'm disappointed, but that feels right. Or maybe you won't be disappointed at all. Maybe you will feel victorious. You know, I'm really drawn to the sword in her hand that has the glimmer of light at the top of it. So it's a success no matter what, okay? Something, you've received something as a result, and I don't know why this 3 is reading this way to me today, but we're just going to go with it. Okay, so you've received something as a result that is kind of helping you to build on whatever you've been building on. So it might be related to a job or a project, it might be related to a relationship, it might be related to anything really. Sorry. There is like a group celebration almost at the end of it, because I feel like maybe a lot of people have contributed to making this happen for you, and it is the right thing. Whatever it is, that's what's important about this, is it is the right thing. What else wants to come out for Aries? Yeah. Ace of Swords showing up here. So justice is done, and the Nine of Cups actually came out with it here. So justice is done, and it's another step toward wish fulfillment. It's what you have been wanting, or putting you in the direction that you've been wanting, even if you're not consciously aware of, maybe you had planned it to come about in a different way, but I'm telling you that it's leading you down a timeline that's going to dump you out into sort of this ocean of dreams. That's kind of how they're putting it to me. She's like standing by water, and they said it actually before I even noticed that. But so it's like coming down a water slide and sort of plunging into this warm pool of positivity, of dreams, of forward movement, sort of knowing what you're after now, because you've got this sort of truth here. You've got your decision. You've got your, you've got your decision is what I'm hearing. So something has helped you make a certain decision, and you're building on this truth, which is actually huge, because if you remember several weeks ago, I feel like we were talking about making sure we were building on strong foundations, that we are not building on a lie, that we were building on our truth. So at this point, I feel like you've gone through some kind of trial or situation in which you were forced to really look at what it was that you wanted. And you may have even gotten help or assistance or, support in some way. So now you've got the Temperance card coming out. That's amazing. This is a really deep internal and energetic balance. I'm hearing magic too. I feel like you've brought about this whole situation through your deep integration of the ideas that we've been talking about, of the ideas of really finding your own personal truth and only working with that. So this is really, really positive. What you're stepping into, there are two cards, actually there are three cards of balance here. 4 if you count the 3 of Pentacles, which to me is balance because it's the 3. So what you're getting off on the right foot is what I'm hearing, that at other times you may have had false starts. But whatever it is that you're working on now, it almost feels creative, but it could be a relationship. That this is very stable, this is in it for the long haul, and it's life-changing, is what I'm hearing. It's life-changing. What else wants to come out for Aries, please? Jesus, that's a lot. We're going to look at them. We have the Knight of Wands with the 6 of Cups. There it is, going after your dream or your sort of your joy. The 2 of Cups in a relationship or in a pairing. The Queen of Cups. The 6 of Wands. The King of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we have counterparts here. We have the King and Queen of Cups. And between them is the 6 of Wands. So there is a kind of, it could be talking about a water sign, or that their sun, moon, rising, or Venus is in water. And it could be that there is another person involved here with the Queen of Wands. I don't always read these as actual people. A lot of times I read them as attributes. But it just feels a little bit like that's actually going on here with this 2 of Cups. Showing up before that, plus the 6 of Cups, which is really about soulmate relationships or really deep relationships built upon unconditional love and joy. And that this person, you are now really going for it, and you've reached a level of success. I think at the very least, if we may see these as counterparts, saying that, you might be in a position where you are able to come together on the level of the heart, on the emotional level. that it's no longer just a mental connection or a physical connection, but that it's a true emotional connection, and that you're both recognizing that at this time. But you also might be in a position where you yourself are becoming unified within, so that that in itself is a kind of, I'm always dropping the cards, is a kind of recognition and victory, especially for being able to kind of draw in this higher dimensional relationship into your life, or situation. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but whatever it is, it's kind of deeply programmed into your energy field, that this is something that is sort of fated and meant to be, right? And with the starting with the Knight of Wands, you're really going for it. You're really moving forward into it. The Two of Cups really just echoes everything that I just said here, right? This is the pairing, whether it's internally or externally. Now we have the Queen of Wands here, and I don't usually read like this, but my first thought was this may be another person who has been involved in the mix, and they might be the third party that's now left out to an extent, but I'm actually feeling them as also having had their highest and best good done. Okay. And that is the ideal, because sometimes we do have to say goodbye to people. Sometimes we do have to change the situations that we're in. Sometimes it just isn't working out. Sometimes, we have learned a lesson or had an experience with somebody, and now that contract is up and it's time to move on. Well, I feel like this person is actually, if this is a person or a situation or a group, they're actually leaving the situation empowered. So that's very positive. With this Justice card and this Temperance card and all these other cards showing up here, I don't get the feeling that this person is left out in the cold, or, there may be some hurt feelings, but I feel like in the long run, they're leaving the situation empowered and understanding that they are moving on to what is in their highest and best good as well. Okay. And if it's not another person, then this is essentially your deep sense of empowerment after seeing the universe play out in this way, after being told forever that it would play out in this way, and then seeing it play out in this way. That is an empowering energy. Okay. And so if you have not yet seen that, we are talking about the next 2 weeks. If you have not seen this come about yet, then just know it is coming in. And it's really about surrendering to the truth that kind of unravels or evolves throughout this process, and allowing it to set you on course, on divine, what were the words I used the other day? Into divine flow. All right, because that is going to support you in every way in moving you toward the Nine of Cups, which is what you deeply desire at a heart or soul level. It's actually a heart level with the cups here. Okay. So whatever that thing is, as represented by the King and Queen of Cups together and the Two of Cups, you're moving forward to that eventuality with much empowerment and victory. It all comes together perfectly. These two cobras intertwined. It all comes together in perfect balance. Okay, which really mirrors this Temperance card. So lots of great energy for you guys in the next 2 weeks. I love the sense of balance that's coming out because we are now in your opposite sign of Libra. So hopefully these energies persist for you. If, you might fall into a different, maybe lower vibrational energy at different times. It's not coming out in the cards, but I know that it's not perfect for everyone all the time. So when that happens, then I just want you to pull in and channel in that feeling of temperance, of balance and support and empowerment within. Okay. And I think that will help you with anything that comes up in the next 2 weeks. All right. Really great stuff ahead for you guys. We're going to look directly into romantic relationships in Vimeo. So I ask that you use the link in the description box below to join us over there if you like. The extendeds are only $4.44 to rent for a week, so they're extremely inexpensive, and they just help to compensate for the time that it takes to do them. So I appreciate all of you who have been supporting me in that way, and I so appreciate all of you who are liking, subscribing, and sharing my content. You make it possible for me to reach other people, so thank you very much. All right, guys, I will see you next time, or I'll see you in the extended, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye.